Manchester United are through to the semi-final of the League Cup. This guy usually shouts something in the middle of a fan cam, but he's here at the start now. So what do you want to shout?
I'm going to say, come on, Flamengo. Do them Scousers on Saturday. Come on.
It's not even United related, which is great. It's not even United.
Could have said all the things he could have said. Love it.
Didn't see that one coming.
Hey, you've got something you want to moan about, innit?
Mate, those Colchester fans were off their heads. They were like kicking off, spitting, doing Munich chants and all this, and then there's like white and blue balloons bouncing up and down as they're trying to act all out.
You mean the fans?
Yeah. It was just really bizarre. Do you know what I mean? And then in Ireland they were singing "You're Just a Small Town" from Ipswich, which I don't want to be that guy, but it's nowhere near Ipswich. So I was just like, everyone's just like.
He went absolutely mental in the stand.
There you go. So you can start on about.
So as we were saying,
Every time we play Colchester, it kicks off.
you can see why we never play them, innit? I mean, they never get a chance to come here. Finally, they're doing plain signs and shit.
That was the most action I've seen from the Colchester fans all game. They were just a bit bizarre, really. But we're through to the semi-finals. Yeah, it was alright, wasn't it?
It was good fun in the second half, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Marcus had a bit of a poor first half, but he came good in the second half, as we know he can. Took his goal well. Was it an own goal, was it? The second one or the third one?
It's going to be given as an own goal. We're going to try and squeeze it in for us, but it's going to be an own goal.
Martial as well getting on the score sheet. It's weird, isn't it? Because like the expectation's so high now with Mason, you're almost like disappointed when you don't get a goal.
What I loved was if that was me and I crossed it and it went in, I'm celebrating that. Like absolutely, that's not
claiming that, mate. This is like Marcus against was it Villa where he was like, yeah, I'm claiming that one. But no, it was it was a good game. Job
Anthony Martial got a goal today. Now I've found it really weird since he scored against City, the winning goal, which you'd think was great. He's been getting stick left, right, and centre, and I thought in the last two games he's actually. Even without the goals, he's occupied that number 9 position pretty well in his movement, his running, holding up the ball. He got a goal today, which he deserved. What have you made of his?
I find the criticism bizarre because you see it tonight against Colchester. He turned up, he's making those runs, he's doing exactly, you were pointing out in a podcast the other day about when he's dropping deep and letting players go past him and then he's able to interchange with him. That's exactly what you want for your number 9. He's not a Lukaku type who's going to hold the ball up and get on the end of things with his head, and it'd be daft for him to try that. He's more like, pains me to say it, a Firmino type, even though he's obviously a lot better, but who comes deep, can push on as well. So yeah, I thought he played well tonight, got his goal, was up for it as well, because this is a game where, if there was some people say you got an attitude problem. If you had an attitude problem, it'd be sulking about, it's only Colchester.
I find that attitude problem just... Yeah. I know what it is.
Yeah. We know what it is. Yeah, and it's a load of bollocks, and you can see the way he's playing with Marcus. It doesn't matter whether it's Mason Greenwood or Dan James on the right. Marcus and Martial have looked great all season, especially, since Martial came back from his injury. And okay, it's only Colchester, but those two can do
something. That's 21 goals between him and Rashford now.
Oh, mate, we were talking, weren't we, at the beginning of the season, now we can get 50 goals between them.
I think 50 between them has to be the target.
Yeah, it should be. There's no excuses for it. Mark is absolutely flying. He's banging in not just against Joss like Colchester, but against the big teams. We know what Martial can do. Came back in at the side, did it against City. He can easily, between the two of them, I probably expect Marcus to get a bit more, but between the two of them, I think 50 is a target as well. And I thought it was funny tonight as well, because, I don't know, I've been coming to United a lot, and I don't often hear Jesse Lingard getting his name sung as often as I did tonight in Ireland. He was getting a lot of love, which is...
He has been getting...
I think.
I mean, last game as well, he had it a lot. It was good to hear as well. It was after obviously the.
I think it's from a human level.
Yeah, singing the Phil Jones song as well. So.
No, but I think we've seen players that have come out recently and they've been like, Phil Jones with that. My mum and dad wouldn't even turn up to my testimonial comment. Jesse Lingard with his. Maybe it's just that kind of human connection that.
Well, it is, they are human, and like when you see players like that and they've been here a long time and they're giving them everything, and you sort of think, hang on a minute, are we a little bit too critical? And we know that it's different on social media than what it is in the ground as well. You're probably not going to see that outpouring of love on social media, but here in the ground we always get behind them, and that's what we've seen.
You just said then human level, it's because the people in the ground are humans, isn't it? You know what I mean? They're as robots, aren't they, with anonymous pictures, a lot of the people giving the really bad abuse, but people just going beyond like questioning the performance of Jesse Lingard, especially. Some of the shit I've seen online has just been fucking disgraceful, but I'm the first to admit that he's not been good enough like this season, but he's been alright in the last couple.
I think he'd be the first to admit that.
I know he would, and maybe he's not. I always had him down as a squad player for United. Maybe he's not even that standard if we want to be finishing top 4 regular, which is fair enough, but when he's on there he at least puts in the bloody effort. I know there needs to be more than that, but there's plenty of players, some would say, who don't put in enough effort. But mate,
who's man of the match?
Go on.
Matter.
All right, Matt. Offer it.
No, that's fair. No, I'm sorry, but come on.
Argue that. Go on.
Sorry.
Go on.
Yeah, let's do it like Arsenal fan TV. No, I don't know who would give man of the match to today. Actually, who would you?
Harry Maguire, I thought he didn't have to do much, but he was
Just throw a little bomb in there and say, I thought Andres Pereira.
no chance. Not for me.
Did you see them? Did you see them passes in the first half to Rashford?
No, not for me. Like I say with Maguire, it was just simple things like just winning the ball back quickly and just getting it forward. It wasn't like big tackles or anything. It was just simple things, and he got the ball moving. You know, they didn't really come into our half because he dealt with everything. But yeah, for Pereira, not for me. I didn't think that midfield wasn't good enough today at all. I mean, Matic was poor. I think.
Is that three players that you think are not?
That was just about to say. I thought today we sort of learned Mata. I think a lot of people already knew that Mata should probably be on.
We've come to the end of the road with Mata, like boys to men. We know that it's over.
I mean, like today, it was really evident that even like the stuff he was supposed to be good at, his touch at times wasn't right. His short passing.
What annoys me as well is that we need Mata to break down the lines. And today he kept almost standing next to Marshall, and I'm thinking, surely you need to be passing the ball to him.
Well, yeah, you'd think that, wouldn't you? The thing is, if we let Mata go, which obviously I think we will do at the end of the season, you need to replace him with someone. You need to replace him with a class player, almost in the same mould as he was like 10 years ago, that sort of player.
Is that what we're missing to break these teams down?
Absolutely. I remember when Mata first arrived and everyone was like, the way that everyone described him, the stock phrase was he makes us tick. And that is what we need, that player in that position.
Devil's advocate, people online in the YouTube comments going to say, what the hell are you talking about? Why do you need a quality, world-class number 10 to break down Colchester?
No, I'm not.
No, that's the argument. So this is what I'm saying. So we've seen this a few times. We struggle against the low block. Should Ollie be doing something different?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about this game specifically. We won 3-0 at the end of the day, so we did break them down. But I'm talking like if we actually want to be challenging for top 4, then yeah, that is what's missing. I think when we come up against teams that sit back, I think we just need that player who can get in the lines behind their midfield, in behind their defence, who can play the balls in. Because like you were saying about Martial, we're seeing the runs being made now a little bit more. Greenwood made a few. The long balls were getting on the end of it. It was good to see, but we just need the passes to come quicker and with a bit more intelligence as well.
The problem was, especially first half, we were camped in their half. I mean, the strikers were in their box, and the midfielders were just across the box, back and forth. It was the same 3 passes every time, and there was never one where you think, right, we'll play it forwards, a bit of movement. Because Greenwood was moving, Rashford was moving, but it's just every time they got the ball, they were thinking about it. Right, we'll pass it left again, then right again, and it's
almost like you want United to just like say, all right, let's take the ball and let's just sit 30 yards off him and say, come on then, come out.
Hey, you saw him break through a few times, didn't you? We got our goal, didn't we, when we counter-attacked, and it was like they'd break through and then they just sort of think, oh my God, I'm in United's half. Like, what do I do now? It was sort of embarrassing at times, but it's games like that, you're gonna get it out. It's just coming to us attacking for ages. We did the right thing. It's one of them, 3-0 comfortable victory, and there's not too much to moan about, although I'm sure people will.
Sorry to put you on the spot. What score were their games against Palace and Tottenham, like the actual game?
I think they drew 2-2 with Spurs. Could be wrong. It was a 0-0 against Spurs. It might have been 2-2 with Palace.
I couldn't have seen them scoring against the Premier League sides. They looked really poor when they went forward.
So I'm just clueless.
I know it's League 2, isn't it, though? It's League 2, so that first half was just boring to watch because you're just watching it literally.
You could tell once we scored, they were like, now what?
Yeah, literally. And then from there, it was just it was like a training game, wasn't it? The second half.
Yeah, it was like really attack versus defence in training. That's just what it was. I shouldn't think what the stats are. We must have had about 90% possession. It was daft.
I would say it was a possession thing. We were in their half, but we didn't do much with it in the first half. That was what the most disappointing. They want that many shots. I think the only person who shot really was Rashford.
Martial just before the half. Yeah. It was the closest we went. And
I don't think Greenwood had a shot at all in the first half. I don't think he tried to get the ball in a couple of times, but he didn't look up and think, right, he's going to bang it.
What have you made of his adaptation to the first?
I think he's done really well. I still, like I said last time, I don't think we've seen the best of him yet because there's much more to him. I know it's at younger levels, but he's got more in his game. He's just maybe he's a bit naive in this. He's got older players around him, and he maybe thinks, well, I can't do it all. You do what you usually do, where I just do what I want. I've got to do what the other players want me to do. But once he gets that confidence, I think once he starts thinking, right, I'll just do what I want, we're going to see the best out of him.